give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, guys? Big news.
As you guys have seen, we have not dropped a lot of internal episodes recently, and we know a lot of our loyal listeners are solely here for internal episodes. So we are officially proud to announce that we are dropping a Patreon.
This Patreon will include weekly exclusive ad-free episodes that will not go on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere else.
Can't get them anywhere. Every single week.
Access to call in on live episodes on Patreon, so you can either send questions if you don't want to hear your voice, or you can call in live and we'll put you right on the show.
Access to a self-improvement series where we are going to dive deep and give you guys everything that we know about depression, anxiety, heartbreak, moving on, grief, and we're really excited about that one.
And I know something that you guys have been asking about a lot. We are finally dropping our merch. We're going to be building out the website early 2025. And as a Patreon member, you will get early access and a discount on your purchase of the Journey Podcast merchandise.
Lifetime. Also, we're going to be doing a $100 giveaway every single month to one random Patreon subscriber.
And lastly, we want to give you guys the opportunity to connect with us directly. So we're going to be jumping on live Zoom calls with our Patreon subscribers once a month. And you're going to have the opportunity to speak to me and Jake. And we're going to be answering your questions, talking about what's going on in your life. And it's a really cool opportunity for us to get to know you guys.
Yeah, this is the biggest thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys mean so much to us. And now we are so excited to finally meet you guys and learn more about your stories and see how we can help. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Truly, it means the world. This is the best way to support us moving forward, and we're excited for a beautiful 2025. Thank you guys.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, give us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast from. Join cousin Jake back in LA.
How you doing?
I've been back and forth New York, LA for the past fucking month.
Yeah, bro. If you don't move out here, your pockets are gonna go empty, bro.
It's like every time
crazy,
someone
bro.
answers, you're like, "Gotta book a flight, go to LA." All right, fucking,
900 round trip, day of.
yeah,
Let's
literally.
go.
That's how it's been. But yeah, we got a big guest today. Thank you, Ryan Burton, for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me. I'm really grateful to be here.
I'm the most grateful person in the whole world that you're here right now.
Wow.
Because, bro, I've been always wanted to be a YouTuber. Well, maybe not always, but the past 4 years, it's just something like on and off I've like really flirted with. And you post a video and it gets 10 views, like legitimate. YouTube is like the only thing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're getting 3 views.
Yes.
And one's your mom. The
other 2 are you.
Yeah, right.
Refreshing
from
it.
your other account.
Like, I think the views refresh and you keep.
Yeah. And I mean, I just for fun's sake, I mean, I looked at Long Live Serve. I mean, you guys did 2.3 billion views. And that's...
Yeah, there's a few views on there. I've been doing it since I was, I think, around 17, 18. So it's coming up on a decade of me doing that channel. It's insane.
I've
dedicated my life to it, essentially. So
yeah,
it's easy to get that many views when you don't stop. And that's the only thing you do. So yeah, I think I was I'd be in college in my classes and stuff, not paying attention, writing down YouTube skit ideas.
Wow.
And in my dorm room, we'd be doing the intro to our channel and stuff. And people would be like, "Get out of the way. You're in the hallway. You're messing us up." And I was just like, they don't get it.
Right.
I'm going to fucking make it. And yeah. So that's what I do now.
So I we noticed, we just saw your graduation speech, high school. You're the president somehow.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you live an unconventional lifestyle, but you're the president of like this conventional institution. Like at what point, it's almost like you were going to be destined to lead other people, or you're going to be destined to follow your dreams. I think that's how you like capped off the end of that thing. At what point did you know that it could even, how would I say it? I don't know. Like, did you always feel like you were like everyone else, or did you always feel like you were a leader and you were going to do something great?
I would say that I have always been the same person my whole life. So as I got older, I got more out of my shell, and being the class president, I wanted to be the class president because I saw my brother graduate. He's 2 years older than me. And I saw a kid giving his class president, my brother's year. I saw them giving a grad speech and people laughing. And I was sitting in the stands with my family. And I was like, I need to be on the podium making people laugh.
Yeah.
So I was like, how do I get up on the stage? And they're like, well, he was the class president, or you got to do that or be the valedictorian. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be the valedictorian,
Right.
Because that's based on grades and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, then I'll be the class president then. And I had planned it out, and I was like, I'm going to run, and this is how my posters are going to look. And then I just fucking did it. Can I cuss on this thing?
Yeah.
Of course. Fuck yeah. So I did that, and I never sat and thought like I'm gonna do this and pursue my dreams and all that stuff. I naturally just did what I wanted to do. I wanted to be on the podium, so I did, and then it worked well for me. And then I wanted to make a skit about high school, college, or I wanted to make a skit about high school freshmen versus seniors. So then I just did, and that of continuously just doing what I wanted to do led me into being a YouTuber, and then now speaking and giving people advice on things. I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I never planned on, here's my vision for the future, my 5-year plan. I want to be in front of everyone. I just simply have a personality where I like to be on camera, and I like to hear myself talk. I'm like, you can call that like egotistical or self-absorbed or whatever, but I always just wanted to be on camera and film it over and over and over and over again. And that's how I ended up where I am. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it was just a beautiful segue where I just kept fucking doing whatever I wanted and posting the videos, and then it just worked.
Right.
That was it.
Now, were you into YouTube before you got on it? Like was there people you watched that maybe inspired you a little bit, and like who were those people?
Yeah, who did I watch? T. Pendel, he did a bunch of skits back in the day. Mm-hmm. I liked watching Rice Gum. That was very exciting, seeing the videos he made. I'm trying to think of the other people I watched. There was this one Asian guy. I can't remember his name. It's going to come to me. Jeffrey. It was Jeffrey something. Mm-hmm. And he made a video. He was like, I'm flying to VidCon, and I'm doing a meetup. And this was when I was a freshman in college, and I saw this guy on YouTube. And I had done YouTube videos in high school, just filming myself, filming with my friends. And then he's like, I'm doing a meetup, and there's people there to meet him. And I was like, damn, that'd be cool if you could have a meetup and people would show up and you sign stuff. Like, right. That's cool. We should do something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so they did inspire me. I watched people, and then I'd be like, yeah, I want to do something like that. And then I would make a video like they did and post it on my channel, and I would show it to my friends. So yeah, I definitely got inspired by watching people do it. I grew up on like Ray William Johnson, like the first reaction type videos.
He's back, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was
crazy.
On, like, Facebook and shit. Like he's killing it too. But he was like one of my favorite. I named my hamster, my first pet hamster, Ray William Johnson.
Wow.
So shout out to him, and shout out to that dead hamster.
Yeah. What do you think you would have done if it wasn't YouTube?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah.
I worked at PacSun.
So did I.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you steal a bunch of merchandise?
I should have stole a bunch of merchandise.
Yeah, I would be stealing from there. My friend was the manager. And so it's like we'd be walking out with bags and shit. Yeah. Can I say that on here? I don't know. Maybe we'll bleep it. We'll fucking see.
Whatever.
I mean, but I can't. What are they gonna do? Arrest me now?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think the time has already passed.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't there like a rule?
Yeah, it's like 5 years.
Is it?
Yeah, I think 5 years.
Admitting to crimes, and
I'm like,
I mean, there's no proof, but
I'm like, all right, how do you know that? But whatever.
I think there's when you like do something, there's like a period of time that if it passes there, you can't be like admitted of the crime. But whatever.
And I'm being sarcastic anyway, so
no, allegedly. Yeah.
But I have no clue what I would have done. I think that sometimes, and people ask me that question, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe something creative. Something in some creative field, marketing something. I have a degree in film, so something with videos. But I'm doing exactly what I want to do, which is amazing.
I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing outside looking in, and it's not about glazing you.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to though.
Yeah. Here we go. Get the lotion. Nah, but it what you said before. you just had an idea and you did it. And then you had an idea and then you did it. And it's like, bro, that's how simple it really is.
Yes.
I guess it sucks if you have shitty ideas. Like, that's a whole different place. But like, you know, but like, you just caught some type of purpose behind you like that. There was nothing else you could have done.
Yes.
That was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no other, there's no plan B.
Right.
Of like, well, I would have went into maybe a marketing thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always had this, I don't even know if it was confidence.
Yeah.
I just always felt like things were going to work out. Maybe that's because I'm privileged and had a nice upbringing and had a loving, supportive family that rooted for me, and I played sports and that taught me some things. But yeah, it's the concept of don't even think about the details and the analytics, just start and then just keep going. And I view my career like I'm so happy this is a podcast because I can like start pulling out quotes and stuff that I've heard before and I can take credit for them. But and then people can put like cool music behind what I'm saying.
There
That's
you
like,
go.
I've been dying for a moment like
That's
this.
what we do.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Like, oh man, this is my dream come true. Yeah. But basically, someone asked me like, yeah, how do you get that many subscribers? And I thought about it like, it's like a tree that you just keep hitting at the same spot with an axe. Eventually, it's going to go down. Every hit isn't going to be perfect, and some hits are going to take off more wood than others. But if you start and just chop down one tree for a year, it's going to fall down no matter what.
Right.
No matter how bad your swings are or whatever. So that's what I view my channel as. Like each swing is like a new video. So it's like, boom, that one didn't work. That one didn't work. That one didn't work. Oh, there's a good one. Boom. And then you're able to maybe refine your swing a little bit. And then eventually it topples over and you get 1 million subscribers and shit like that. So
right.
That's how and that's anything in life, right? Like if you're going to the gym, fucking keep going to the gym every time. And then eventually, before you know it, you're in great shape.
How hard is that for, obviously it wasn't hard for you, but most people with content, right? You put so much effort into this video and you care so much about it and you believe that it's going to go and it doesn't. Now, obviously for you, you said, oh, this one didn't work. Let's try again. But like, where does that come from? That mentality? Because I mean, you've done it. You fucking did he ate red meat for 60 days straight, and he was like,
I thought it was it, bro. I'm like, yo, because I had a video do really well before that. I posted 4 YouTube videos last year. There's my problem in and of itself.
Okay, there
4
we go.
videos
4 swings.
Right. But I'm saying I had one. Someone, I don't know. I was watching Mr. Beast, and like I was just like really believed like it's about one video, you know. So I put like everything into this video, like literally everything I had. It got 20,000 views, you know. So it's not bad, but not great, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that
yeah, like
I mean,
what
not to
was
take
that?
over,
No. But yeah, but like, what is that mental like for you? Where like you do put so much effort into a video and it doesn't do well, and then a video that you kind of just like, all right, yeah, we shot this, and then it fucking goes. It's like that's just how this game is.
Spot on. And I think the only answer to that would be you simply have to enjoy making videos. So for example, I'm trying to think maybe of a metaphor of some sort, but I don't know what your guys' favorite food is, but mine is like brownies. So I don't care if I eat a bad brownie. I love brownies so much that I'll never stop eating them. The same way that I love making videos so much that no matter if there's a bad one, well, what am I going to do? Stop making videos? I can't. I don't know what else to do. So I'm just going to make another video. A lot of people want to be YouTubers and they want to be TikTokers and they want to be an influencer, but they don't actually care about making videos. They just want to be on the podium at the end with the followers. So they get discouraged. Like, obviously it's upsetting. You put everything into one video. It doesn't go. I mean, that just happened to me 10 times, like in the last few months. And it's like, oh shit. But again, what else am I going to do? Oh, I'm just going to stop. Well, okay. Well, then you don't want to be a YouTuber then.
Yeah.
Right.
But I want to. So I just posted another one. I'm going to post another one next week. And also that video still has a chance to still blow up a year later, months later. You just need more videos to help it. I've had that before where video flopped and then it ends up taking off after a while because then it finds the right audience. So if you just put out good stuff consistently, eventually something will happen.
Yeah. So like, what would be the most generic like elevator YouTube advice you can give someone? And like what or really, I guess more so, what makes a video go viral on YouTube?
I might not be the expert on this because I'm still working on.
How's that even possible? You have done 2.3 billion views.
That's true. That's true. Maybe I know one or two things.
Yeah.
I tell people, you have to give people a reason. It sounds simple. You got to give people a reason to either care about you or the video. So what you did there, you were saying you ate meat for 60 days. I mean, that's a great concept. People are into, they want to know about dieting. So you were able to make a video about a topic that a lot of people want to hear about. And if it's shot well, it's really about the idea. The idea is everything. Without the idea, I mean, there's no reason to watch the video. But I guess, yeah, my advice is you have to make compelling titles that make a random person on the side of the street be like, I wonder, I want to click on this now. What did this guy do? Oh, he ate red meat for 90 days. What happened? I want to know. Should I do that? I'm trying to think of another one. Like videos that we did that were viral, like certain pranks, doing some crazy conversations in the elevator prank. And then you're like, I wonder what he said in the elevator, and I wonder how people reacted. Because I think some people will post, I don't know, something that doesn't add value to the viewer. Right. I think that's my main thing. That's what I'm trying to get to is you have to provide value for the audience member as opposed to vlogging with vacation in the Bahamas. Right. It's like, well, why would I want to watch you in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Finding the world's rarest fish and almost dying in the Bahamas.
Something like that might be, or can you believe that these things live in the Bahamas and it's some weird picture of a fish and you're like, what is that? These are in the Bahamas. What the hell?
Right.
But and a lot of people are very good at coming up with unique video titles and stuff like that. So that's my job, is coming up with unique things that make people want to watch. And then once you get a good concept, then I personally like to milk the shit out of them and then do something similar over and over again and then try another one. And that's my whole channel, has just been shooting out ideas, and then you get a good one that people like, and then you keep
It's just like short form.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like short form. We notice like people love relationship talk, so we'll ask you about your exes and all that good stuff in a little bit. Just because, bro, like it goes viral every time.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so that's honestly my basic advice. I don't know if this is
You're chilling.
we good?
Dog is fucking loud.
Right? Okay.
Oh, I see him right there. It's a fucking like Great Dane.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's
That
good.
won't mess with the mic, will it?
No.
No.
We'll put like some Batman music on it or something.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
But I hope that answered the question. It's really provide value to a random person. Make someone want to watch your thing.
Yeah.
And why would they watch you as opposed to someone else? You're fighting for people's attention, so you got to give them something worth watching.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to pivot, and I want to go into what you dealt with.
Yeah.
You know, you obviously spoke on another show. You got out of college and you were having severe anxiety, panic attacks, you know, got prescribed Lexapro. That's like no joke. You know, it's real shit. And he's someone that suffered with anxiety and panic attacks and was in and out the hospital and didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Damn.
So like I've heard, you know what I'm saying? Like I know all about it just from learning from him. I haven't suffered with it. My dad suffered with it after my mom died. So he lost his wife. Panic attack, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like I've been around it, I haven't suffered from it. So I just want to hear, bro, like what the fuck happened?
That's interesting because I want to hear about your story too, because that'd be interesting to hear.
Yeah.
I also never even understood when people talked about anxiety or depression. I remember someone said something about depression when I was a kid, and they said, yeah, he has bad depression. It was like some older guy who's a friend of a friend. And I was like, how could you be depressed? There's things like Christmas exist. I was like, how could someone be sad? And then I got older and I was like, oh shit.
That's exactly why you could be depressed. Because things like Christmas isn't a good season for a lot of people.
I know.
You
I felt those feelings as I've gotten older and experienced life and learned more things. I'm like, that sometimes is the saddest time of the year for a lot of people for a multitude of reasons. But my story is essentially, I had a great upbringing, great family, no trauma. I know a lot of people like to reach for their trauma, and this happened to me as a child. I was great. Everything was great. It happened to me when I was in college and I was working very hard on my YouTube channel and then working hard with my college stuff, trying to pass. and a bit stressed in both, doing both. And then I started it was one night, I drank one night, and I woke up the next morning feeling very strange. Like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get like a deep breath, and I thought that was strange. And then I was like, oh, I did drink last night. I didn't have that much. And then I felt uneasy. I felt like there was something was about to happen to me, like just nervous and kind of tight chest. And I was like, did I get alcohol poisoning? I'm looking up alcohol poisoning. And
This is the night you're drinking, or
this
the night?
is the night after. This is the morning after. Excuse me. So I drank a little bit, fell asleep, woke up, and I was like, oh, this is a weird ass feeling, alcohol poisoning. And then I was like, I felt this impending doom feeling, which I had never felt in my whole life. And I was like, am I gonna have a heart attack or something right now, or what is happening? So when I went to an urgent care or some hospital thing, Ubered, and then in the car, my heart starts like fluttering, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to collapse! Like this is it for me. My heart's giving out." But what I was having was heart palpitations. It was like anxiety-induced heart palpitations, and it was a panic attack. And I started breathing all fast and shit. And that was my first. I ended up going into this. I guess it was a emergency room, and then they put a thing on me. I think they told me it was a panic attack, and
They give you EKG?
no, but I ended up getting one later that year because I kept having the anxiety, and I was like, is there something wrong with my heart? Is there something wrong with my breathing? And I ended up having no heart problems or anything like that. But that was the first panic attack I had. And then they started happening. And then each night I wouldn't be able to sleep. So I had a girlfriend at the time, and I would always need the girlfriend to be sleeping with me. I didn't want us not sleeping together, because I would get so anxious, and I was like, what if I stop breathing in the middle of the night or something? And that comforted me. I always had to have someone there. Just, it made me fall asleep easier. So that happened through my kind of college, all senior year I had it. And then by the end of senior year, I felt burnt out, and I was still having the panic attacks. It wasn't all the time, but I was still having them. And then that's when I got prescribed Lexapro from this random ass doctor, and I took only 3 pills, 1, 2 on 3 different days. And I woke up the third day, it was the craziest feeling of my whole life. I couldn't, like, my vision was all blurry. I couldn't feel my heart beating, which was strange. Like on my chest, I couldn't feel it. I was dry heaving and having a panic attack all at once. And I thought I was dying. And I was like, okay, well, I'm never taking those pills again. And then I went to the emergency room. I had my parents drive me to the emergency room at 3 a.m. And then the lady at the doctor's was like, yeah, so don't take those pills anymore. And I was like, yeah, no fucking shit. And then that messed up my vision for a while. I asked the doctor, I was like, hey, is my vision supposed to be weird now? And he's like, oh, I've never heard of that happening to anyone. My patients just have dry mouth as a side effect. And I was like, okay, so that the 3 pills broke my vision. Okay, bet. And my vision was weird for 4 months. And then I had to just accept that my vision was permanently messed up. And then eventually it went away. And I think that was my body's sort of stress response to all that happened to me. It tweaked out my vision, which maybe has happened to someone before. But I'm trying to do a little chronological thing here. So then I was like, no more pills. I'm never doing a pill again. And yeah, that was eventually my vision went back to normal. I did acupuncture to try to get myself to feel better. And now I would say I'm in a good place. I do not have panic attacks anymore. I think I had 1 or 2 this year, 2024, but I know how to deal with them. So it wasn't anything. I was just able to calm down and just let it run its course. And now I can't say that I've battled with any sort of depression. I've had depressive moods before for a day or 2 or 3, but I always snap out of it and sort of rebound. But it's been something that I've had to deal with, and I can't really go in big crowds anymore because then my vision will get weird. And my vision has never been quite the same since I took the pills. But yeah, that's sort of my story about the anxiety thing. But nowadays, I don't view it as any sort of crutch or anything because I know what it is, and I just know it's my mind working against me. And once I ignore it and don't feed into it, I'm able to sort of let it pass, and then I feel better again. So That's my 3 cents on it. That's my story on it. I'm curious to hear your story too, like what you went through, because I don't really talk to too many people about it. I don't really open up to that many people about it. So what happened with you? If you're comfortable getting into it.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. You just stepped into our wheelhouse, baby. Let's switch seats. No, I'm not messing around. No, bro, it's the exact same story. It's like, it's freaky that it's the exact same story, like to a T. Like I was out one night. So I played Division I football. I spent a long time trying to get there. I had to go to junior college first before I even got there, go to different schools all across the country. And football was a very large part of my identity at that time. I think what happens with people with anxiety, if there's no other reason for it, like what I've learned about anxiety is normally it is somewhat of a trauma response to fear. Anxiety is really just fear, right? And I think if you have a lot of fear growing up, at some point it accumulates in the body, and it's just kind of a matter of when. And by you drinking that night before, it's weird, like, cause so when I had my first anxiety attack, I was drinking the night before, but I also smoked and I also took Adderall. And then the next morning I went to the gym and took pre-workout.
That didn't help.
Like it was like Jack 3D too. Like it was like the extreme pre-workout, right? So by the time I had my moment with the anxiety, I just think it was like a missile, bro. It was just ready to blow. And I had previous panic attacks, which I didn't know they were panic attacks, with weed beforehand. So did that ever happen to you? Did you ever smoke weed and have a panic attack?
Never, no. And I don't smoke at all. And I also don't do it for that reason, because I'm scared. I've seen people have psychosis and shit and all type of shit. So I stay away from that. Yeah. But that does exacerbate. What's the term? Exacerbate.
Yeah.
I'm over here talking about.
I would recommend some people smoke for their anxiety. I think they're out of their mind, because you have to be smoking for a long time and have a tolerance, especially with what it is today. To circle it back, I had some experiences prior with edibles and whatever, just being an idiot, and where a panic attack is literally what you said, impending doom.
Yep.
That's what it is. We don't have to get scientific about it. It's just like, for what there are symptoms, right? But the same thing that when I had my first panic attack, it was the same thing. I'm on the phone with my boy talking about something, day after drinking, doing all this shit, and all of a sudden, yo, bro, I'm having trouble breathing. My arm and shit, bro. I'm like, and then that, like, there's bodily symptoms, but bro, it's like impending doom.
Yep.
And when I had that, if I had a panic attack, if I was like on an edible or something, it's like, okay, it was the weed. Now I'm sober. So in my mind, I went right to heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack. So I go and I fucking call it. I have a friend call the ambulance. Mom walks inside. I'm on the couch in fetal position, thinking I'm about to die. Pull up to the hospital. They're like, you're all good.
Oh shit. Appreciate it, Doc.
I'm like, I've said this a million times. I'm like, Doc, I'm not good. I'm an athlete. I know my body. I'm not good.
Something happened.
I just had a heart attack. We completely didn't detect that there was a heart attack going on. Next day, went to work, all good. Back to the hospital, happened to me again.
Wow.
Next day, again and again and again, to the point where, like, bro, I had to stop going to the hospital because it was just like,
wow.
No, nothing's happening. No one even recommended it was anxiety either, like, which was crazy.
Someone help me out.
Yeah, no one had recommended that, and so I was just like, but my mom had anxiety. So my story was something just like, it was like I turned into a baby again. Like, everything I thought I knew about life was shifted, because now I knew at any point during the day I could die. Like, I had this impending doom feeling. So, like, not to steal the show and just fast forward. Basically, bro, it was a 6-month period of that. and I'm interested to know how you originally started to overcome it. There was like books that came into my life, the right people at the right time. I mean, my shit was so bad, bro. I was a bouncer at a nightclub, and sometimes my mom would come to hold my hand behind my back. No one would know.
Wow.
That's how bad, but I didn't know what else to do. So what helped you? What was the first thing that helped you feel a little better?
Immediately, first off, I appreciate you sharing that, because I think a lot of people will resonate with what you said and what they had a similar experience to you and a similar experience to me. Mine was always the company of other people, or hearing somebody speak to me. Like, I would always call my mom and say, and nowadays I've even done it before. When I had my one panic attack this year, I called my mom and I was just like, I think I'm having a panic attack right now. And then she just is able to talk me through it and help me. I'm a mama's boy, self-admittedly, and proud to admit that. Shout out to my dad too, but he's just me and my mom, we talk about that stuff more. But I will talk to my mom about it, or I will be in the company of potentially a significant other, and I will be open with them and tell them what's going on. And the thing that helped me beat it was, or helps me get through it, is you can't have two thoughts at the same time. So if I'm doing something else or having another conversation, so I'll be having heart palpitations, and then I'll understand that, talk to my friend, hey, I'm having heart palpitations. Let's fucking start talking about something else, or let's throw on Bob's Burgers on the TV and change this topic right now. And then before you know it, it's gone. And I'm not anxious anymore, and the heart palpitations have stopped, and the shortness of breath has stopped, and I'm just laughing along the TV. So I always try to put my mind somewhere else, instead of, oh shit, I feel it. Oh, is my pulse still going? Oh shit, my fucking heart, can I feel it? Because once you do that, then it starts to like snowball. So it's always moving my mind and body away from whatever is happening to something different, so that I can't even think about it. That's like my technique.
I think that's the only way to do it, because like you said before, anxiety is really just thoughts. That's all anxiety is. It's the thought that starts everything. And the original anxiety thought is, I'm fucked, or I'm going to die, like impending doom. That was perfect. And so that was like, for me, what I did was I just went to every doctor. I was like, on my dad's insurance, I'm like, I'm gonna get the neurologist, I'm gonna go to the gastro, I'm gonna go to the cardiologist. And like, once everyone told me that I had like the fitness of a Navy SEAL, because at that time I was just like, always took good care of my body, I was like, okay, well, I'm not dying. I know that now, at least, because you could be dying theoretically. Shit's going on, go get checked out, bro. But once I knew I wasn't dying, I was like, okay, well, I'm not dying now. Then the next thing, well, there was like all this spiritual shit. I love meditation because meditation really, it's the only thing that can help you almost like reprogram your mind. Like if this is a computer, you can like take certain things in and out and decide which ones you want, which ones you don't. And I just got to a point where like, bro, my mind would be like stressing out. Like my mind would like heart attack. And I'd be like, do it. If we're gonna die, we're gonna die. Like I'd just be like, yo, do it. Like you're a bitch. Do it. That was a super masculine way to do it. I'm not saying that works for everyone, but like to go back to the thoughts, that's what it is. You're having these thoughts. You can't have two thoughts at the same time. I can witness myself freaking out, and then I'm just like, yo, do it. And then I realized that like it was all a bluff. And dude, I haven't had a panic attack in 5 years, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Once I realized my mind was bluffing, I was like, oh, like I can never have one again, because if it brings it up, I'm like, I just don't take it serious at all. Almost, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, and like happily, I could have a heart palpitation. Like it's almost like my body like respects my mind now. It's like, all right, I'm gonna stop fucking around with you.
I like that.
I don't know why that happens. I don't know why anxiety. Actually, I do know why anxiety is a thing. Because bro, like we're not even like. Look what we're doing. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So and also like for anyone that has anxiety, like bro, it's perfectly normal. Everyone has anxiety. Even if you take antidepressants or you do something, I'd be aware with like the Lexapro, I'd be aware of what could possibly go wrong. But it's like, bro, it's such a normal thing now. I would honestly say it makes you a better person, because it makes you a more of a person, if anything. It gives you a different aspect to your life. Because, bro, like at the end of the day, we want to be able, when you're a father, you want to be able to help your son or mother, you know. And I think overall it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. So you never experienced anything like that.
No, so I watched.
great.
I watched my dad suffer from it like really bad, and the only person, like you said, you would call your mom, be like, "Mom, I'm having a panic attack." My dad, the only person that could calm him down from his panic attacks was my mom, and then my mom died.
Wow.
So now he's having panic attacks on top of panic attacks because he just lost his wife.
Oh my God.
So now I'm the 12-year-old where
shit.
he would come down and I'd have to like be like, it's okay at 3 a.m. because he's like,
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So I got to witness it firsthand because he would always be like, you know, like your mother was the only one that could like stop me from having these panic attacks.
Wow.
So it was crazy for me. And like, I'm lucky, like I've never really had it. I think there was one instance where,
With the weed, bro.
oh, I have those all the time. That's why I stopped smoking. But that's because it's the weed. I think weed panic attacks come from, I used to smoke in 8th grade and 9th grade and drink orange juice and listen to Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller.
Wow.
And I didn't have any problems though. There was nothing to be stressed out about. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing sports. I'm chilling with my friends. My dad's at his girl's house. We're ordering Domino's. Bro, now, I mean, there's so much, as you get older, obviously life happens to you. So there's so much shit going on in our mind. So now when we smoke weed, that enhances that anxiety.
Yes.
That's why I think that happens. But I'm talking about like actual, when I'm sober, completely fine, when I called you and you weren't answering. And I was like, bro, I need to talk to you. My girl broke up with me. My life was going to shit. I didn't know what I was going to do.
So he
This
puts
was-
me on the spot. I'm not answering, bro. He doesn't have to mention that. It's all good.
Bro, I'm laying on my, this is the first time I'm pacing around my fucking room. I lay on my bathroom floor, cold tile, like butt naked, just trying to like cool down, bro, like in my bathroom. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm trying, and then he finally called, you know, I talked to him for like 45 minutes and I got through it. I took some deep breaths, but that was the only time where I was completely fine, not under the influence of anything where I felt that. But watching my dad go through it made me understand. And then obviously like hearing his story and now your story, like it's for people to think like anxiety and stuff is like this, like it's like a joke. You know, there's some people that haven't
It's
suffered.
gonna come and get you. I have a theory in life, bro, that like when you make fun of something or you condemn something, it has a funny way of finding you. Because that's what I did. You know, bro, my best friend's mom died when I was like 17 and he wanted to go to therapy and I made fun of him. Just like, bro.
Wow.
Because I'm like, bro, Christmas, bro.
Come on, you get presents on Christmas. How could you be depressed, bro?
Yeah, bro. It doesn't make sense to you because I also had, bro, like I can connect with your story, bro. Beautiful upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Super popular, jock, whatever. Like didn't exist, but I just think life has a funny way of humbling you, which is a good thing, bro.
Yeah.
And what I want to do, I want to get your guys' opinion on this too. But then there's, I think when we were younger, the mental health, especially with men, isn't talked about. And, you know, guys were going through stuff and didn't know how to deal with it. And no one even suggested that the anxiety was a thing when you were going through it. So I think now there's been a nice pendulum swing where now mental health is more in the spotlight and people do acknowledge it more and speak about it. But then I've noticed then there's been almost an overcompensation where everyone and their mom is mentally broken and everyone I can't go into that room. It's too triggering and trigger words and trigger that and I can't do, and you said this, and that triggers my anxiety, and I'm someone with anxiety, and you can't joke about mental health. I've also noticed that, and someone said this. I don't know who said this, but they said that okay, if you do have, and I've never had depression, so I can't speak on that too much, but I'll use anxiety for example. Okay, so if you struggle with anxiety or panic attacks or whatever, and that's an ailment of yours, then when someone says, hey, that's like you can move past it or you're bigger than that, you're bigger and better than that, you can grow and you can get better, they said like, why do you keep standing up for the anxiety and why do you keep standing up for the depression, being like, no, I have it and it's really bad, whatever. Okay, and if that's the case, then why do you champion it almost like you you're rooting for it? Me, I tell myself when I'm having that thing, I'm like, this is all in my head, and I'm actually good. I'm going through a little something right now, but I'm fine. And I don't fall into the victim mentality. That's basically what I'm trying to say is most people are going through things and then they sort of wallow in it. Like, and I suffer from terrible crippling anxiety. And then, okay, that might be true. And now is that you're just crutched forever and you're just permanently cooked and that's just the end of you. I took mine and I was like, no, I'm going to overcome this. And it's a little tiny hiccup now, but I'll be getting through this. And then I got through it. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think people sort of almost weaponize those words or they overuse them? How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I totally agree with that shit. I think it's gotten bad. I think it's like mental health now where it got so far like relevant, you know, everyone cares about it now. It's like a trendy thing.
Yes.
It's like a cool thing to be like a mental health advocate now,
Yes.
right? Like everyone is a mental health advocate. It's
We
like,
talk OD shit about those people.
I can't stand that
OD,
shit. You
I
know what I'm
hate
saying?
it.
Because it's the people that have never been through shit. They haven't suffered through anything, but to fit the societal standard.
It would be like him openly saying he's never had anxiety and then taking this whole like anxiety approach for a month out of the year because it's mental health month or something.
because
like
it's
that.
Anxiety Awareness
Yeah.
Day, you know, or something like that. So that's what it is. And then I also, you know, the trigger words. I think like that shit is like, bro, it's insane because it's like you have the two wolves inside of you, right? Like which one's gonna win? The one you feed the most.
There you go.
And that's what
it.
people. Yeah, that's what people do. They feed into that shit. They keep you're giving it more power by telling everyone, yo, I have this, I have this, I have that. You just said, I don't really even speak about this stuff. Because the more you speak about it, now the more it's on your mind. So it's like I that victim mentality and that stuff, because there's people that are actually going through real shit.
Yes.
You know? And that's why like that mentality helped me as a kid when like my mom died. So like my problems in 8th grade were a lot different than Joey's problems because he failed his math test, but he's crying over it, and I'm like trying to be tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I instilled that mentality. So I always hated that victim mentality because there's always someone that's like going through it way worse than you.
Yes,
you know?
Very true. And you can have an unfortunate, for example, I can have anxiety and have a panic attack. And even recently, I've been working myself a lot these past few weeks and I was feeling some shortness of breath. That's kind of my thing is I get the shortness of breath and I get I'm feeling my pulse and I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little nervous right now. But again, I don't wallow in it. I don't make it my identity at all. But when people talk about being triggered and words knock them out and I had to leave, they said this one word to me and I just had to go. I always think, have y'all ever spoken to someone who's been in the military and been in combat before? Have you do y'all know what real mental suffrage is? Y'all ever been to an impoverished nation and seen people begging for food before? I don't think you have. I think you just learn these. I think you're excited to kind of feel like a victim because you get a dopamine hit when, I have this problem and I have this mental ailment. I think two things can exist at once. Like you can have something, you can have an anxiety issue, a depression issue, and you can simultaneously not make it your entire personality and your entire focal point of your whole life. And you can overcome things, and you're probably stronger than you even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, when I first got anxiety, like from the moment because there was a moment where I couldn't do anything. I was literally like stuck on the couch in fetal position. Now, when I started getting I could go to the post office again. I can go to the grocery store again. I mean, that's how fucked up I was, bro.
Wow.
I was just like because, bro, the blurry thing. I saw the eye doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, the lights. I know why you're wearing sunglasses. Well, maybe that's for a cornea thing or a different issue. Bro, I had to wear hoods all the time.
Wow.
It was a thing that I had to do. I just had to wear hoods. I don't know why. It's just something that made me feel a little better. Bro, lights would freak me out, bro. It was like before anxiety, I wouldn't mind like lighting. But then after anxiety, God forbid I'm in like an old school Italian ambiance, warm tungsten lighting. It would freak me out, bro. I feel like I couldn't see anything. But like to just go back to the thing is, I realized very soon, I didn't want this. I didn't sign up for this. I don't want this. And how do I get on with this? Not how can I get sympathy from other people about this. That's not going to do anything about it. Now, I will say I do feel bad for women, because they are naturally in a position where they do like they need more caregiving. They need more nurturing, right? But like as a man, I just had this like Division I football mindset about where I needed humility. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to anger myself out of a panic attack. That's just going to make it worse. But like I knew that I didn't want it. And I spent years of my life, like, for me, I probably should have went to like in Arizona State and joined a frat. That would have made sense, you know. I probably should have picked up a camera or done modeling, or I don't know, done that earlier on, or gotten into anything. Where we're from, you don't do this.
Yeah,
this was built off of my anxiety and off of his experience with his mom and us being black sheep. And it's like, we've taken these negative, that's really, you want sympathy, or not sympathy, you want gratification, or at least you want to make a wrong right. Do something good with your pain, you know?
Yeah.
That's what you do with that shit. Like, that's really how you complete the circle. And because, bro, my biggest thing is this. My favorite Bible verse is Romans 5:3. Suffering, anxiety produces perseverance. Perseverance, character. Character, hope. Hope, hearing other people's experiences. So you are given this hard moment in your life, not to share your experience. That's a part of it, but it's to hear other people's experiences so you can help them. That's what pain is all about, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's making me think of this concept of when you're going through something hard. I think this was in Evan Almighty, Bruce Almighty, one of those Almighty
Love those movies.
When they say, he said something like, if you ask, I'm Christian, but you could just say, if you want to be a courageous person, or you want to be a brave person, you're not just going to get bravery. God's going to give you opportunities to be brave, or give you opportunities to be courageous. So I think that I also put that on my stories sometimes when I'm always sitting in the exit row on the flights, and I make little corny stories, and I say like the flight needs me, like the whole, like, these people put their trust in me, and I'm not going to let them down. And it's like courage. There's some quote probably on Pinterest that I'm going to butcher right now, but it's something like courage, you can still be fearful, but courage is just doing the thing while you're scared and still doing it. That's what real courage is. So when you have the anxiety, or you have these certain bad feelings, you're actually you have an opportunity to be brave and be courageous and be strong. And isn't that what we all want to be?
Facts.
So now you have an opportunity to be that, and you can practice it. So when you were saying, you know, you're having trouble with the lights and loud noises, and I don't want to be in places. Same with me. Currently, I don't like crowds, big, loud, super loud noises. I will put myself in positions like that, in a crowd, in a place with loud music, and I'll face it, and I'll face the anxiety head on. And then I go home and I'm like, oh shit, I'm still in one piece. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't my favorite thing, but I overcame it. Now I feel stronger, as opposed to leaning into it and feeding that wolf of no noises, no loud noise. I can't do lights.
Right.
Like you have the opportunity to make yourself stronger.
Right.
And you can only do that through making yourself uncomfortable.
Facts.
Same with fitness. Same with your mind.
Bro, there was this quote, bro. It was like, the devil lives on the other side of a comfortable life, or like he lives, like the devil lies like in a comfortable life. I don't know where I heard that shit. I heard that recently, but bro, it makes so much sense, because as a Christian myself, we're called to fast. Fasting is an extremely important part of being a Christian, something a lot of people don't do anymore. But fasting is basically like a self reminder that we are supposed to go through uncomfortable things. Uncomfortable things are actually good, because when things are uncomfortable, where do you go? If you get uncomfortable and you go to alcohol, bad. If you get uncomfortable and you go to food, bad. You get uncomfortable, you go to, it's like we fast as Christians so that when we get uncomfortable, we go to God, because that's where the healing is. I'm not saying that I want to make this the Christian podcast. I'm just sitting here to say that I'm making a stance that uncomfortability is, I don't know,
It's the catalyst for growth.
facts.
It's the only thing. It's the only time you're ever going to grow.
Yeah,
it's the
right
only
there.
time you're ever going to grow, bro.
Yeah, I heard that before, where if you rant to people too often about your problems, you'll feel better. Let's say, hey guys, I'm really, I don't know, I'm insecure about my eyebrows, and I rant to you guys about that. And then you guys are like, you know what, I understand that, bro. Your eyebrows, they're fine. I understand why you don't like them. You're beautiful, this and that. And I'd be like, I appreciate that. And now, or I could use a different example that might be a bit better. It could be, hey guys, I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape. It sucks. And you guys are like, hey man, it's all good. You still got a healthy physique, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Now I have no pain. I have less pain in my head about my physique and my fitness. So now I'm less likely to change it. Yeah. So when you put your hand on the stove, it's real quick to change the position of your hand on the stove, because you're like, this shit hurts. It hurts so bad that you got to rip your hand away. But if the stove isn't that hot and there's not that much pain, you're not going to move your hand. So you actually, like you said, pain is the catalyst for change with anything. And whether it's your career or your job, if your job is terrible and you can't stand it, you will change your job, and then you'll actually end up probably getting a better job because you hated that one so much. Yeah. But if the job's all right, then you'll actually be miserable for way longer, and you won't change because it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. He literally explained that's region beta paradox.
Yeah.
We speak about this shit all the time. That's what it's called, region beta paradox, where a worse situation for you is better for you than a better situation.
Yes.
Because it is that. You're with a girl that you don't like, you like her, but you really don't want to be with her, but it's not that bad, and like the sex is okay. So you stay with her. Right? But if you had a girl that was cheating on you and treating you like shit, you'd break up with her, and then you'd go find better. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many examples of that where, like, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I saw it. But I'm such a big believer in that. Like, people run away from bad things happening. You know? Like, when shit gets tough, they run away from it instead of, like, embracing it and coming out the other side, because that's the only way you're going to do it. Because the more you run from those problems, like you said, you're going to be miserable later. Like, those shit, they're going to catch you. You can only run for so long, and the farther you run, the larger this miserable time of your life is going to be when it finally catches you. But you could just face the fucking storm, the cow and the buffalo shit. That was the other thing.
That's
like,
so true.
Yeah, like, bro, in the Midwest, when there's a hurricane, tornado coming, cows run from it. Buffaloes run at the tornado.
I didn't know that.
So they go through the tornado on the other side, the storm's gone. Cows run, and the tornado catches them and kills them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what people do with their problems.
That's incredible. Wow.
I'm an advocate, bro, for blowing it the fuck up. Like, honest to God, like, I think, like, the best self-improvement, I also don't believe in self-improvement anymore. I believe in God. But, like, I think the best self-improvement advice I can give you is, like, go into your fucking office tomorrow, look at your boss, punch him in the face, and, like, steal a baby or something. Like, do something that's so fucking insane that there's no turning back, that you have to be at the end of your road so you can actually change. My biggest role model right now, the number one person that I want on this podcast, is Shia LaBeouf. I love Shia LaBeouf. Have you ever watched his interview with John Bernthal?
Probably not.
Watch it.
It's crazy.
Watch it.
It's
Watch it.
Send me that right after this.
Best podcast all time. Now, Shia LaBeouf, for anyone that doesn't know, do you know what happened with him?
I'm aware that I don't know if it was drug use, but I do know that he was doing great and then went down some sort of criminal past, and that happened.
He was hitting his girl, bro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was beating the shit out of Grimes. Okay, and and he was married to Mia Goth. He had a wife. He was living with another woman. Grimes or whatever her name is, and he's like beating the shit out of her, right? As a man, we're taught not to hit our woman. That's what he's doing. But there was so much egoic things that was going on with him at that time. It wasn't just hitting a girl. He had other things going on, whatever. When the news came out, when the lawsuit came out that that Grimes sent this lawsuit to him, the lawsuit's title was "Your Hustle's Over." When it's kind of bad, you could always go get another movie. He's like, I could always call Brad Pitt. There was always, bro, when it comes out that you hit girls, bro, your hustle's over. And that, like, I could tell with him that after that moment happened to him, he completely transformed, like, everything. And now I think, bro, that he, like, for me, I believe that I could tell he's much happier because he's finally content. And I think that's what it's all about in life. It's not, we live in this society where there's always like this next thing because we have this ego, and the ego wants more and more and more and more. And like, I'm just someone, bro, that like, I needed to get at the end of my road myself for me to finally humble myself to surrender. Just be like, yo, you know what? Like, I don't have to have it all figured out. Like, I'm actually not that powerful. I'm not like, I basically just saying that, like, that, I think that the only time in life you actually ever change is when you can truly ask for help. And as a man, that never happens. Like, when you truly are willing, like, it's one thing to ask for help, to like, you know, get some PR thing out of it. Like, I'm going to go to rehab because I'm going to be seen in a good light or something. But it's another thing to ask for help because you genuinely don't know what the next thing is. Yeah. And I think that is really, as men, where we become, where we really become like the final version of ourselves. Yeah.
I like that. And I like what you said about the being content as well. I've realized that life to me currently, and I feel like this is a big improvement I've made, is I'm excited for the future. I have goals, I have aspirations and all that stuff, but I'm just happy to be here. Every day I'm happy to be here. And I realize that the journey is the destination, like simply just existing. And I always say that anytime I'm doing something or if shit goes bad, I'm just happy to be here. I always say that. It's one of my favorite quotes these days.
Happy to be. That's for you.
There we go. See, we're already plugged in. Like, we're on the same wavelength.
That's it,
bro.
man.
That's how this shit started, bro. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole synchronicity. Me and him didn't speak for 7 years. I saw an Instagram story of a podcast clip. I'm playing college basketball in Texas. I hit him up. What is this podcast? Start it. I'm like, oh, I watched it. I was like, oh, I want to start a podcast. I don't know shit about anything. I was like, what am I going to call it? I'm like, well, I went to 5 different colleges in 5 years. My mom passed away, got hurt a lot. My life's been a journey. The Journey Podcast. That's how it started. I didn't know there was a million The Journey Podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
What a dumb name. What a stupid name that was.
But it was funny. And now it's like you type in The Journey Podcast, we own it. Like, we're the number one thing that comes up when you type that in. But that's what, this whole shit is all about that. You ever watch I watch a million podcasts. I've never seen a podcast that didn't mention The Journey. You just said it right there. Like, organically, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was
but
not
like,
a plug or anything.
Yeah, it wasn't like, everyone talks about The Journey. And it's like this cliche thing. But, bro, that's what this whole shit is about. Yeah. What else are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, all the sayings, the Joel Embiid, trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia 76ers, the whole shit, bro. I mean, as cliche as it is, that this is I feel like that's the purpose of life.
Yeah. And not getting caught up in the things that you don't have yet, or this isn't going right. Yeah, and I feel like I'm on a great journey right now, and it's exciting. And I'm saying yes to a bunch of stuff. There's like this year I was saying yes to a bunch of stuff that I normally would have said no to. I'm just, again, happy to be here and just, I try to be grateful every chance I get. And I'm excited to keep growing as a person, mentally, physically. I think I've reached my height at this point, but I'm excited to just keep growing mentally. And it's like, oh, I wonder what the next iteration of me looks like. It's kind of exciting to think about. I like to always I want to tell people that, yeah, if you're in a bad spot right now, who knows what you could be in 6 months' time, a year's time, if you change the things that are going on in your life that are going wrong, and you start embracing the pain and you run into the tornado instead of running away from it. Like, I think that a lot of people don't even realize how strong they are. And I'm on this like motivational
Let's go
kick right now. So yeah, I like that. This is really good. Like, I'm getting motivated just talking about it.
Yeah, bro.
Do you guys have like visions for this upcoming year? Like, what do you guys feel like you want to tackle this year? Because you guys already are smart guys. And
Thanks, bro. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it.
I feel like we feel like this is our year. Not like to reach the pinnacle, and I don't think we'll ever have a pinnacle because like we're athletes at the core of it. We're always gonna want to grind and continue to get better and strive. But I think like this is the year where we have like a legit chance of like making this like a real thing. Like it's always been a real thing, but like for us, we're like, yo, when we blew up on.
I don't want to check my own focus on the episode. That's what I want this year.
Yeah. But that's where like we blew up on TikTok and we didn't know shit about content or shit. And we're like, oh, we made it. We're rich. We're rich.
I thought we made it.
Yeah, we're like, bro,
first 100,000.
We got 100,000. Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
I was
bro.
like, oh,
I'm
it's
walking
over.
different, bro.
I told my
swiping crazy on the dating apps, TikTok or social media influencer.
I told my dad, I'm like, bro, give me like a year or two. You're good. Never gonna have to work again. Because we got like 100,000 TikTok followers in like 3 months, from like posting. And I was like, holy shit, So then we had to learn so much in this thing and how hard this is, especially a podcast. Yeah. But now we're like just scratching the surface. So I think that's like really it, where it's just like I'm excited for this year to have like, bro, our last guest was like. It was so hard for us to even get in contact with a guest. That's how we built this shit. Me and him would just shoot the shit because we couldn't get a guest. And now we just did. Nick Nayersina, Rami the Icon, Little Mo Mozzarella, and you, and Sergio Talks, 5 episodes in a row. It's
and then Boot Gang.
And then Boot Gang in January. Holy Gabbana. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like a year ago, we couldn't even get a guest.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And then it's going to snowball, and you never know what could happen. Like, how many things that are about to happen this coming year that you can't even anticipate that are going to make your year.
Exactly.
I want to be presidential election 4 years from now. I want to interview the candidates.
Wow. Yeah, and that's probably, why not?
No, I think we
why
can,
not you?
Bro. Mm-hmm. I think that I'm not even gonna butcher the verse, but like I think that good things happen to people who love God. I've just personally seen it with my own eyes. I think if you have a relationship with God, whatever God means to you, but that I feel very on purpose right now, like more than I've ever felt in my entire life, and it came from that feeling of contentness. It was like that feeling of wanting more, I feel like was pushing it away.
Yeah.
But now that I feel like I have enough, now it's kind of like what you said back at the start of this entire thing was just like, you love brownies.
Mm-hmm. And that's the moral of the story.
Right. It's like, find your brownies, bro.
That's it. Find your brownies. Damn, that's actually a good ass. Yeah, I like that. Find something you love as much as brownies. Hopefully everyone loves brownies watching this.
Yeah.
Find something you love as much as brownies. That doesn't mean that, I might get sick eating certain brownies and something. You can't have brownies every day, but damn it, my whole life I will be eating brownies for sure.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. No, I like that.
What makes you happy? Cause I want to just to speak about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you did 51 million views on that YouTube video, was your AdSense turned on?
That video made not $1 because
what?
It's copyrighted. It's copyrighted songs. Yeah. To answer your question,
Sorry,
about
I
what
just
makes
like
me-
I just thought like, you know, like you fucking.
I'm swimming in it if I got 51 million. No, it's because I love making videos and I love that video. And 51 million people liked it too. And I'm happy I made it. And imagine if I had only wanted like money out of that thing. Well, we can't post this. It's not monetized. What would my channel have been? Some of my biggest videos, none of them are monetized. Probably most of them. But I love making videos. I love making people laugh. And that's what it's about to me. And then if you, again, to be on my motivational thing, the more value you provide to others, the more you'll actually get in return. Like, I think it's what's his name? Something Carnegie, Dale Carnegie.
Sure.
Earl Knight. His name's
Earl Nightingale.
Nightingale. Your wealth is in direct proportion to what you give others, how much value you provide others. So I provided a bunch of people value from the videos, and then I've been able to afford my place and food and like my car and stuff like that. So to your question there, what makes me happy? That's actually a deep ass question. What does make me happy? Honestly, a few things. I can't name just one.
Cool.
Honestly, I like hanging out with people I like and laughing. That's my favorite thing to do. I always feel very alive when I'm laughing hysterically and I'm with a bunch of people who I like and we're playing like apples to apples or Cards Against Humanity or some shit. That's my favorite fucking thing specifically. I also, crazy take, women make me happy. Just being in the presence. I just always like to be in the presence of a woman when I'm doing anything. I've noticed that about myself. Everything is better when you're doing it with a girl. So I always found myself in relationships, but doing nothing is more fun with a girl. Going to dinner, more fun with a girl. As much as I love my guy friends, I'd rather do everything with a girl. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about that, but that, I don't know, something about feminine energy to me, I just really appreciate it. And I can't get that from a guy. It's just different.
Cousin.
different vibe. Right. But so for having fun with friends, women, fucking food, shit. I fucking love brownies. I remember, you know what it was? Yesterday, I was eating a Rice Krispie treat that was made from Fruity Pebbles. I was laughing because I was so happy from eating that.
That's amazing.
And I was with the girl also. Wow. So it was like this double.
So you're stacking shit, bro. You're doing
that's
food, women. That's
and again,
amazing.
when you overindulge in things, of course, too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Right.
But I just remember feeling true joy and telling her, I was like, this is an incredible moment right now. I have the biggest smile and I'm giggling because of this Rice Krispie treat. I'm going to savor this flavor right now. Yeah. And it was incredible.
Wow.
I would hope that you guys, I don't know if you guys have a sweet tooth at all, but I'll tell you where to get the Rice Krispie treat Fruity Pebble thing.
Wow.
What about you guys? What makes you guys happy?
I don't know. You know?
It gotta be something.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of things that obviously make me happy, right? But like, I mean, you took it like a whole like simplistic approach, right? Just like women chilling with my friends.
I feel happy
games.
when I do those things.
Yeah, like, and like I think you even saying that opened up something, because I'm like, yeah, that is what like makes me happy. Usually it's like chilling with my boys, like watching football on Sunday, like betting on the games, right? Chilling with a girl is always great, you know? Yeah, so like there's simplicity, like usually that question, like where do you find happiness? What makes you happy? You know, it's usually like this long, deep answer where it's like I'm yearning for what I've been searching for, and when
happy,
I
it's not happiness.
It's not happy. It's
it's joy.
Joy and
Yeah,
contentment
right.
is that's what you want. Is contentment and not happiness. Well, I mean, because also, and I'll because then happy is another thing, and then there is the then there's like feelings of love and feeling of gratitude. Like, for example, some of my happiest moments are if I give my parents something and I see my parents happy, or I can give something to a loved one. I guess you could call that happiness, and that's one of the main things I enjoy doing. Maybe you could call that joy. Like, I think I feel the most joyous when I give back to my parents, or give back to a loved one, or give them a Christmas gift, or spend time with them, or I see them happy. I'm like, oh shit, I'm happy too. But boiling it down, women and Rice Krispie treats. Because
Sure.
what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's something that you ask people, like, what do you want in life? I just want to be happy. And I don't think people actually sit there and think of, like, what actually makes you happy? Because they try to dig so deep to find what makes them happy when they forget, like, bro, there's such like simple things that you do on the daily that you don't even think, where you're like completely present. And that's because you're happy, right? And happiness is obviously a fleeting feeling. It comes and goes. You're not gonna be happy all the time. But when you're in those moments, you have to realize, oh, this is what I like to do. This is where I'm feeling good. Let me do more of this so I feel good more often than I don't.
Yes. And you need sadness to make happiness. You need nighttime to make daytime. Otherwise, if you were happy all the time, you wouldn't be happy. There's like a SpongeBob episode where Squidward goes to a neighborhood of all different other Squidwards, and he does his perfect day every day, and then it's miserable. He ends up being miserable, and you see his face change.
Wow.
All sad. But that's exactly what he wanted. That would be like me if I had 10 Rice Krispie treats and I was around a bunch of beautiful women every single day. Soon it wouldn't be as exciting.
Yeah. He needed SpongeBob and Patrick to fuck with him. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He needed it.
The things that make you least happy, you actually need in order to be happy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
It's crazy. I was like, literally, like, I have one song right now, bro, that every time I listen to it, it gets me so jacked up. And now I only listen to it like once every like 3-4 days now.
Because you...
What song?
I Can Only Imagine. I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me.
Like, how's it go?
Surrounded by your glory.
What like, I'm trying to
my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? But there's a moment in it that gets so epic, bro. Like, it gets so insane. Like, it culminates at the end.
We'll throw some like auto tune right there on that one.
Yeah, no, we can't throw some auto tune on it. No, epic. There's a movie about it too. It's called I Can Only Imagine, and like it's like the guy made the song essentially because like out of like a negative relationship he had with his father, and I have a negative relationship with my dad, so the song means a lot to me. But anyway, I'm usually, bro, I'm like very alpha. Like, I'm usually running. So I throw that on. It makes me run faster. If I'm on my motorcycle, I'll hit the throttle harder. You know, it's a thing. It makes me happy. You know, but whatever. I'm just saying, like, you know,
no, for sure.
It is.
I like
Purpose?
that.
Yeah. Well, let's go with girl speed round real quick before Purpose.
Okay.
Super quick.
Okay.
Okay. Would you get married right now?
No.
Are you currently dating?
I'm single and I am dating. I like the idea of getting married. I like those concepts.
Yeah.
I would like a family and I would like children. And I don't have the answers yet to when's the, like, I got to find someone first that I want to marry. I haven't found that yet. But right now, no.
Yeah. What do you think's wrong with today's dating culture?
How much time do we have? I think if the two genders both took more time to understand why the other does what they do, instead of vilifying them for it and understanding them and having more grace, then I think the genders would get along more. And also, if both genders realized that they were being pitted against each other by social media, by the higher ups or whoever's wanting to do the gender war right now, and they realized, oh, you know what? It's not, men don't naturally want to hate women. Women don't naturally want to hate men. In fact, we work better together than apart. I think if people realize that, there'd be more success and people would be more happy. But I do think that it is social media and technological advancements that have messed up our natural way of dating. So because of the access on the internet and on the phones, and now I have 25 different women here that all have liked me. Which one do I want? Well, let's just do it. And then you're basing things off of pixels, and you're not actually getting to know the person and the essence of the person. And well, there's 100 here, and well, she's a bit better than her. And then I'm not going to pick any because there's too many, and it's kind of the paradox of choice where there's too many, so I'm going to pick none. I think that dating apps are the best and worst thing that happened to dating. Instagram is the best and worst thing that happened to dating because it can pair people up, but it also leaves a lot of people feeling very, very lonely. And yeah, so I mean, I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think people maybe, I don't know if it's ask for too much, but I always hear this. I always hear people, what are things you look for in someone? This. Everyone has their checklist. It's not popular to say, it's always, here's what I want. And it's never, what can I give? Like, I'm excited to bring this to a relationship. I'm excited to give my spouse this. It's, I want A, B, C, D, E. Can't be like this. Can't be like this. If you do this, that's a red flag. I'm tired of hearing the damn red flag, green flag. I'm tired of that shit. Like,
You don't believe in red flags?
I believe it's a thing, but I'm just tired of hearing people say, I'm tired of that term. Because, like, yeah, everyone has things they don't like and shit like that. But I think I'm tired of the term and the trope of everyone saying they're red flags and shit. Isn't that a John F. Kennedy thing? He's like, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I think if people swap that around, like, ask not what your partner can do for you, but what you can do for your partner. If we were just in like this game where everyone was trying to make the other person happy all the time, wouldn't that be better than trying to make ourselves happy? Because I don't think it's working.
Yeah.
So I always like to, whenever I go into my relationships or dating life, I like to be very honest with people. And I also like to not be too judgmental. And I like to give people a lot of compliments and like try to make them feel special and feel seen. And I try not to demand too much. And you need to be this, you need to be that, you need to be this. It's like, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I to demand all these things? Am I perfect? No. So then why am I going to try to demand essentially perfection out of somebody else?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
We want people to be finished products while nobody is, and we never will be. That's my take on it. That's kind of a long-winded answer, but
No, I agree.
Would you date a porn star?
would I date a porn star?
Yeah.
Man, date, not marry. I would say no, because I would be scared about, I know that you can get a certain type of STD, and I've heard from adult stars who I am friends with about people getting things who are adult stars. They're always like, oh, they're the cleanest. And I'm like, that makes sense, but then some things do happen.
Right.
You know, when you're with a lot of people, and then there's certain things that aren't tested for, which I've heard about, and then they lie dormant in your body and you don't know you have it, so you're not testing for that specific one and shit. There's things like that. That is why I wouldn't do it, would be for that reason, because I
Health reasons.
It would be a health reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because I'm friendly with a handful.
Yeah. What are they like? What is like a real known porn star's mental health like?
You know what? I met a few, and it was, their mental health was in the gutter. And I've met a few more, and talking with them and meeting with them and having a friendship with them, they were completely fine. So I don't condemn even that side of things in the porn industry. I'm not it's all bad and banish the whole thing. I think some people that I've met that do that, they enjoy it and they're doing it. I'm like, bet, do you?
Right.
That's great. I'm not gonna. I've consumed that type of stuff before, and I think, just like anything in life, everything in moderation. Literally everything in moderation. Like, if you like gambling, and you have fun gambling, enjoy doing that. But if you do it every single day of your whole life and you put all your life savings into it, that's bad.
Right.
You can enjoy watching stuff like that, and you could have a favorite porn star. I have a few favorite porn stars. Sorry, I had to admit it. But I don't watch it every day.
Yeah.
Because I know the repercussions of that. So yeah, that's another long-winded answer to that, but I wouldn't correct.
Cool. Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Sorry to bring you there, but you know.
No, you're good.
I
Made it mandatory.
Yeah, man. It was a mandatory.
I'm in the process of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making of content. I'll get you guys' take on this. I'm in the process of. I'm gonna be filming with a girl adult star next month,
Okay.
and I've consumed some of her videos before, so I'm like excited. To
All right.
to have that connect and whatnot. And I think it'll be fun. We can make a funny video, a funny vlog, or something like that. But there is a big push right now where people condemn that industry and they hate it. And, you know, no one should be consuming this and it's all bad. But I think of two things can be true at once. Like, it can be bad and it can also be fine when consumed in the right way by the right people.
Yeah.
So, but then I'll be called a hypocrite if you said that it's bad and you shouldn't consume it all the time, but you're hanging out with a porn star. I'm like, can't you be a nutritionist and
Eat a burger every once in a while?
eat a burger?
Yeah.
No, you can't, because you're a nutritionist, so that means you can't have it. I don't like the way people think like that, where it's got to be black and white.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, bro, you see a lot of people that have built their entire image off of that industry. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say his entire image, but a guy like Mike Malak. Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, all of his YouTube videos were, you know, the Lana Rhodes, the Bella Danger, you know, everyone coming on. Emily Willis.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he did the content in a funny, lighthearted way where there was like, it had almost nothing to do with it, but there was like little crack jokes here and there, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how, because that's going to get people to click on the video.
True.
Like, are you gonna, like, you think all these people are coming to watch him as like an up and coming YouTuber? No, it's because that, and now they're like, all right, who is this guy with them? So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. And you've never done anything like this?
I have, yeah. I've done a handful of videos with different porn girls.
And did they perform?
And really well.
There you go.
And I had a great time. Like, again,
Men, bro, we're the fucking number one consumers, bro. Horny men.
horny ass dudes.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
We all are.
I'm trying to think. You're making me think of something. Like, yes, I know that inevitably when I do film with this girl, which I will do because I want to, I'm gonna get the comments. Shouldn't be promoting this to people, and you shouldn't be doing this and that. And I understand where they're coming from, but at a certain point, I'm a grown ass man, and I think she's cool, and I've seen this before. Like, I'm not the Wiggles. I'm not Teletubbies. I don't want to be that. And it's like, this isn't a good example for this and that. Is that what I want to be labeled as? Do I want to be someone who I want to be labeled as the role model for everyone? I don't think I want to be that. I would like to guide people in a certain direction, but I'm also a human with my own idiosyncrasies, and I do things that are not good for the masses. Some of my habits aren't good for the masses, but I don't know. I'm kind of just ranting, but I was just kind of getting that off my chest where I'm like, I don't know. I don't like how people on the internet have to make everything black and white. You either are all this, or you're either all in or all out, or you're either a dietitian or you're a gluttonous pig that does mukbangs all day and you have to eat every day. Yeah. Like, shit.
Yeah, it's you, bro.
That's
You're
what I'm
being
saying.
authentic, and I think that's the only thing you can do. And I think that's where a lot of people fuck up, is they try to be something they're not to please other people. We spoke about it today with like relationships. I was like, yo, I don't think I've ever been with a girl that like I could actually truly be me. Like I was being someone that like I really wasn't to like fit them.
Wow.
You know? But I think that's you. Like, bro, you're gonna try to fit other people's thing, you know, their mindset for you to do a video.
I'd be miserable. Like, I'm not Disney Channel. I'm not Nickelodeon. I'm not gonna be doing. That's not what makes me happy, filming stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have no problem filming with someone who's in this industry. I have no problem filming with someone who's a fucking teacher. Like, I don't care. This is who I am, and I'm just kind of documenting my life and sharing it to people. So, shit.
Purpose?
Yeah. What's your purpose?
My purpose.
Last question.
That's a pretty deep question. I think that my purpose is to make people smile and to make people think a bit more. That's what I think it is, because I get a lot of value and I feel very alive when I'm able to make someone smile or laugh. And then when I'm able to impart some sort of new knowledge on someone, that makes me feel whole as well. So when I was kind of my whole life, I'll learn little fun facts, and then I like to tell those to people so that they now know the fun fact, and now they know a little bit more because I told them something like that. So like in my high school art class, I was like a senior, and it was the ongoing joke where I would tell the girls that I was sitting at the art table with every day. It was like me and like 6 girls in this damn art class. It was like the best fucking class of my life. And
Girls, man. Skying girls.
you love it. I gotta love them. And
Would have had some if I knew.
and every day I would quiz them on who's on the bills, on the U.S. bills. And by the end of the year, that was just the thing. And they wrote my yearbook like fucking Andrew Jackson, this and that. And I bet you they'll never forget who's on the fucking bill because of that. And yeah, so I think that's a micro way of kind of displaying. That's my favorite thing to do, is tell people new things. I'm like, did y'all know that so-and-so fucking koalas can do this and that? And I just, when I learn things, I got to tell people, and I want to like be like, did y'all know this? So making people laugh and smile and telling them new things that they can now think about and potentially carry with them. What about you guys?
God bless you.
God bless you. What's your guys'
man?
purpose?
It's just kind of using this platform to really just help people, man. You know, being talking about the shit that other people are afraid to talk about, and telling them that like it's all right to not be okay. You know, I think that's where we lie with, well, at least me, and I know for Jake as well. It's just obviously his new purposes with God and stuff like that.
No, but I would say I'd boil that down. I mean, bro, I just found Christ, so I'm super fired up about it. But like I do know like I want to bring it home to that as well. Just like help anyone.
Yeah.
I want to help anyone. It's still, for loving God for me doesn't mean that I want to only love people that love God. That's not what the God tells us to do. God tells us to love everyone, even our enemies. That's like, but I'm just saying, bro, I think that's perfect. Yeah. We just want to help people, bro. We just want to help people.
I feel like that might be a lot of people's, because ours is similar. We want to help people. Yeah. I think that's a lot of people's purpose, but I don't think a lot of people are living in that. They're not waking up every day being like, how can I help someone today? Yeah. And maybe that's why they're miserable.
It's the only instant gratification giving. It's the only true, like, I think that's what you said before about happiness, like doing something for your parents. You know, like it's deeper than happiness, right? I think like happiness, like you made me realize happiness really is like it's like a simple thing. Happiness is like when I ride my motorcycle, or when I fuck him over and I find it kind of funny, you know. Like that's like happiness, you know. But but
no,
you know,
shit, you do that a lot.
Feels good. But nah, bro, you're right. Whatever. It was a deep podcast. Let's call it a day, bro.
Thank you, bro. This was dope.
Rhino.
I like that.
And let's not break the camera when we get up off the couch.
Yeah. We'll tell you off camera. Funny. Such similar situation. Camera broke. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Cut.